I'd be into this one right here.
Do that
honestly.
guy?
Yeah, let's go.
Do that? Sweet.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy
Low Nose.
and today we got the video, the one I've wanted to put out, the one I've been trying to work on this whole time. It's been a multi-day, multi-week process. Hold on, first things first. The focus of today's video involves what's in this box. Now, there's nothing special about this box. It's just an old Nike shipping box, but there's a story behind the contents of this box. But before I do that, I want to show you what was going on and what was happening. Today, something came up where I'm trying to put together a package to trade towards one of my grails. It came up today and I DM'd them and they said, you know, we can't do any holds, come in, work the trade, work the deal. So I just want to go over what I'm working with, like the stuff I'm gonna try to trade in. All right, so here's a pile of stuff I want to throw in there. I guess the way I put it together was some of the newer stuff that I picked up that I wasn't planning on wearing or really keeping. So I went through all the recent stuff within the last year, went through all that and picked out some stuff, but I didn't think I was quite there with that selection, so I went back to some of the stuff in the collection that I'm okay with, I guess okay letting go, and thought might have some decent trade value. So first one is the Jordan 11 Legend Blue or Columbia, this shoe. And of course, if you know anything about me in the 11s, I got the sole protector on the bottom, so hopefully that did the job and helps hold some of the value. Next up we got Jordan 11 Low, black, white, true red, black, true red, white. There you go. That's important. Order's important because it'll tell you what it is. So Red 11 Low, Jordan 11 Low, black, white, black, dark Concord Lows. This is my first shoe that I put a sole protector on. So he's a little dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that. Clean, very clean actually, if I'm being honest. Jordan 11 Low, and this one is the infrared 23. What I did with it. Yep, sole protector. You can see there's a little bit of dirt that I need to clean off before. There was a little separation in the midsole. Oh, this one might not be a go. So this one is a Jordan 4, top of the box, the teals, and I did a sole protector on the bottom. And then the rest of the stuff has actually been on the channel before. 85 neutral gray ones. I think these are the Hyper Royals. Yep, Hyper Royals. These are the Shadow 2.0. And these ones are Easy 700, V3, Arzareth. You've seen them on the channel. Last but not least, Fear of God, Raid, Friends and Family. I guess the plan was either come up with 4 or 5 of my really valuable sneakers, or try to find a collection of ones that I was okay parting with and I wasn't wearing and I had no plans of wearing. So in that collection of sneakers, as I just showed, there were 5 brand new and 4 worn ones. Now worn being that I've worn them less than 10 times. Shoot, even less than 5 times on a few of them. But these were ones that I hadn't worn in years or had no plans on wearing anymore, so I was cool letting them go. You know, like what's the point of having them in the collection if they're just gonna sit there? So the Sneak City, if you don't know about them, they are a sneaker store here in Seattle, and they do buy, sell, trade. I've been a fan of their YouTube channel. In fact, I've got it on over here to my right, I guess left on the screen. And I've been watching them and trying to really pay attention to how they do these deals. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to see if I can do something or get like decent trade value. As you can see in the background over here, it's probably me on the screen. So this is a very meta video. In this video, I wanted to show you what I got from them, as well as give some of my thoughts on the process and people's reactions to me making it on their YouTube channel and doing this transaction. So without further ado, let me show you my grail. Let me show you one of my grails, I should say, but this one's a doozy for me. Let me just bust it out for you. So what we have here is the Nike Air Yeezy 1. The first Yeezy. Not the very first, I think it's the third colorway to release, but the first version of a Nike Yeezy. Now it is not in dead stock condition because dead stock Yeezys, Yeezy 1s, probably go into they could range from 4,000 to 6,000 or 8,000 depending on the size, condition. So this one did not come in the box, that's why I got this old Nike shipping box, but this one is used and worn, but on the plus side of that, it's in really good condition, like the sole hasn't separated. And the thing about buying used and worn shoes is that they actually last longer, because if you don't wear them, the soles can separate, the glue can dry out, the Phylon midsole can really harden and eventually dry out. So when you put them through like wears, you're actually heating up the glue and making sure it stays like as an adhesive and doesn't dry out. And you're actually putting the midsole and all those elements through the proper work to actually maintain them. I can tell you the price. It actually came out to $19.50. I don't know if you can see that tag. They had it priced at $19.50, which is somewhat reasonable. So I guess that would be probably about half of what they go for brand new. So it's pretty reasonable. And them being in this worn condition makes me want to wear them. They're not just gonna sit on a shelf. I'm gonna bust these out. I'm pretty happy with it. There might be some minor cleaning I could do to it just to touch things up. You know, there's maybe some whitening on the midsole, or I could even try to unyellow, you know, add some Salon Care 40 to the sole and really brighten it up. But I don't really know if I want to do that, because the distressed, like, aged look is actually in these days. It's actually trending, and I'd be more likely to wear these. So this being one of my grails, by being one of them, the rest of my grails are probably the rest of the Nike Yeezys. So the Nike Air Yeezy 1 and the Nike Air Yeezy 2. Each version came in 3 colorways, so a total of 6. I think I even posted on Instagram a few years ago. I saw all 3 of the Nike Air Yeezy 1s in a store in Fairfax. I think I had the caption like, "One day you will all be mine." Well, yeah, I'm gonna try to collect these like Thanos and see if I can get all 6, which is gonna be damn near impossible as the years go by. Will these ever come back? I don't know. People have some speculation that maybe one day these will actually retro, or maybe a different colorway, but this shoe might actually come back at some point, but I'm not holding my breath for that. Now, I wanna talk a little bit about what happened in the video. I've been a fan of the show or the YouTube channel, watching these transactions, trying to get a grasp of like, if I were to do this, what could I bring in and what would they actually give me? And the typical rule of thumb that they go by is, if it's a brand new dead stock shoe, they'll go by the most recent StockX payout. So that is like after fees and whatever StockX charges, they'll essentially match that or get very close to it. But it also depends on the shoe. If it's not selling for them, even though StockX is willing to pay a certain amount, if they can't sell the shoe, yeah, obviously they probably won't take the deal, or they'll offer something really low. So that's for like brand new unworn dead stock shoes. Now when it comes to used shoes, that's where the scale really tips in their favor. They're the ones in the store, and they're the ones with all the leverage. So you have to kind of go in there understanding that if you come in with something worn, you know, the ball's in their court at that point, and you're the one who wants to get rid of it. They don't have to take your shoe. So you pretty much have to try to work a deal, but you're not gonna get more than $10, $15, $20 off of what they initially offer you if you try to sweet talk them into it. The part where I felt like I got finessed, and it's not even that big a thing. I didn't get finessed. They saw my shoe and they didn't acknowledge that it was in good condition, bad condition, anything. I just only wore it a couple times. You know, it's clear. They gave me a price, trade value or cash value. But what ended up happening with a lot of those used shoes, they would resell it immediately, same day or very next day. And they would add maybe like more than double on top. That was kind of shocking to me, but good for them. I think their goal is to make at least $100 per shoe, especially if it's like a really, really valuable or really good shoe. I think all in all, the experience was, I would say it was cool. It was fun to do. It was a little nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like there was a point where I thought about not even going in. I don't know why. I don't know what made me so nervous about doing it. I don't know, just because I'm a fan of the channel and I watch them, and then I wasn't trying to get on the channel. I actually just wanted these shoes. But there's a good opportunity to create some content like I'm doing right now. So I thought, might as well mix things up a little bit and try to do something for my own channel. I think the funniest part about all of it were reading the comments afterwards. This is my favorite comment. This one is by Mike Johnson. He said, "He came in for the easy. Haha, he knew exactly what he wanted. That's why he didn't care about getting lowballed. He played it off so smooth though." Clapping hands emojis. Well, Mike Johnson, you were right. Like I said earlier in the video, I did have a plan. My plan was to get these. I even messaged them too, asking them if these were still available, if they would hold, and they said they wouldn't hold, but coming to make a deal. But I don't know if they connected that I was that guy who asked about them. When I walked in, I didn't say what I was in there after. I just tried to work the regular deal, I guess, or do a regular sort of just walk-in type transaction where I want to see what I can get for cash, or see what I can get for trade-in value, because I didn't want to work the entire transaction or the whole deal around the price point for this shoe, because I actually came out with cash on top. So, it kind of worked out in my favor in that regard. Like if I brought in all the shoes and like, hey, just take all these and I want that shoe, I think I would have lost out a little bit. But, I came out with a little bit of cash and I got the shoe that I've wanted for the last, over 10 years, 12 years, 11 years, I forget. Maybe it's 12, yeah, I think it's been 12 years, 09. Yeah, man, it's another one. This guy, Stingray89, he wrote, "SMH, all those clean shoes for some astronaut boots, LOL." I mean, yeah, they do look like astronaut boots. Yeah, they're all clean shoes. Like they were all either worn less than 10 times or not worn at all. So like half of them were brand new shoes that I got off, for retail. So they gave me StockX buyout price, so I was happy with that. And there were shoes that I didn't really intend on wearing. I actually got those for a situation like this, or reselling and getting money to do something like this. They're not for everybody. I recognize that, but it's Nike Air Yeezy 1. My connection to this shoe is that I first saw it on Kanye West's feet when he was performing at the Grammys. Kanye West being one of my favorite artists of all time, especially during that time period. He probably was my favorite artist of all time. And then I saw him at the Glow in the Dark tour in 2008 at the Key Arena, and he was wearing his Glow in the Dark tour version of the shoe. And ever since then, and being a sneakerhead, since well before that period, I knew I needed to have them at some point. And I also knew it was gonna be impossible, to get them as someone who just gets them in the regular means, manual, raffles and all that. Raffles didn't even exist back then. It was really just lining up and hoping a store in your town got it. And there was no shot at this one in Seattle. I didn't have the ability to camp out for multiple days, especially at that point. I didn't have the money either, so that would've been a tough one. David Afif. Anastasia just finessing these dudes, no cap. Yeah, I mean, she was not offering me the most money, but whatever. Like I said, went off of StockX, so happy about that. It's the used shoes where it's just, what are you supposed to do about that? Could have tried to pump maybe another 30 bucks out of them, but whatever. Stingray89 also said, right, Yeezys are garbage, no shade. I think that's the definition of shade. I rather wear Huarache than a 350. These aren't 350s, bro. All right, I do wear Huaraches too. Those are cool. Those are probably the best ones I captured when the episode initially released. I really want to, give praise to Xxxi. They've been doing some cool stuff as a local sneaker store. Not only on YouTube, but just bringing all these shoes to a storefront like this in a style that really didn't exist until within the last couple of years. I would say Xxxi and Lucky Dog are probably the biggest ones in Seattle, and doing it in a style that is very reminiscent of buy-sell trade stores that you would see in other cities like LA. So like this format, it didn't really exist until like the last few years, and it's cool to see a local store doing so well with it. Them forming a community around this sort of buy-sell trade and just sneakers in general, especially during the last year or so. Like they've done an excellent job, and watching them do their YouTube channel has really influenced me doing a YouTube channel. Not a ton of people watch this channel, but it's still a cool process, and I know what it takes to try to create content for YouTube. And if you watch their channel and if you watch my channel, we're always trying to improve. So for me, like, it was mutual beneficial. They got content out of me, and now I have content for my channel. It worked out for all parties, I would say. There was one part of the video that I kind of want to talk about a little bit. Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, I made the thumbnail. Maybe we could throw up the thumbnail. It said I traded 7 pairs. I traded 10 pairs. I did not trade 7 pairs. And then one of the shoes, it was the Nike Zoom Fly Off-White, the pink, like, see-through shoe. They didn't take them. They said they couldn't sell them, and they pretty much told me, like, you could probably just sell this on your own. So then I think a week or 2 later, I put it on StockX, and initially they were gonna offer me like $300 for it. I put it on StockX and I got $500 for it. So hey, great advice, honestly. Kind of worked out in my favor too. That wasn't too bad. Sucks getting rid of my only off-white shoe, but that was probably one of the worst like off-white shoes. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was unwearable, in my opinion. If you're a fan of that shoe, I'm sorry, that shoe wasn't that good. But I got it for retail, so I can't complain too much. Yeah, the shoes themselves, god damn. It's crazy having these in hand. Get a little B-roll of that bad boy. Look at that. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to say about the whole thing. Yeah, it's just crazy. The whole thing is crazy, man. I don't know if I'll do a transaction like this ever again, but if it just so happens the other colors come up, I might have to do something drastic again. If I can get the other colors for this price, I got plenty more to create another trade package for it. But yeah, these are my grails, man. So, you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. That's the name of the game. I think that about wraps things up. Not much more to say about that, but hopefully I can come up with some more content aside from pickups, but I will still do pickups because that's all there really is to do. I got a couple events coming up, so I might take the camera along for that. So finally getting back to some more non-sneaker DJ type content. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.